Hilio, today I just pulled some cards for you, and honestly, what came through is giving me chills right now. I am sitting here looking at these cards, and the energy is so specific, so directed at what you have been going through lately. This is not one of those general readings where everything feels vague. This feels personal, like the universe has been watching your journey and is finally ready to show you why everything had to happen exactly the way it did. Before I dive into the cards, I want you to know that this reading is about your next chapter, not what happened last week or last month. This is about what is coming, what is building, what is about to shift in ways you might not even be prepared for yet. And Leo, I know you are ready for change. I can feel it in these cards. You have been waiting, you have been working, you have been holding space for something bigger. This week is when things start moving. Let me start with the first card I pulled for you. And this one immediately set the tone for everything else. I got the Emperor, and Leo, this card showed up in a way that felt so powerful. When I see the Emperor for you right now, I am not just seeing authority or control in the traditional sense. I am seeing you stepping into a version of yourself that you have been building toward for a really long time. This is about owning your power, not in a loud or aggressive way, but in a way that is undeniable. You know, when someone walks into a room and you can just feel their presence, that is the energy you are moving into this week. What I find really interesting about the Emperor showing up for you is the timing. This card often appears when we are ready to stop asking for permission and start making decisions from a place of real self-trust. For you, Leo, this feels like it is about a specific area of your life where you have been playing small or waiting for the right moment. The Emperor is telling you the right moment is now. And actually, you are the one who decides when the right moment is. Nobody else gets to make that call for you anymore. I am seeing this play out in practical ways too. Maybe there is a project you have been thinking about starting, or a conversation you have been avoiding, or a boundary you have needed to set. The Emperor energy is about taking action from a place of clarity, not rushing, not forcing, but moving with intention and certainty. You know what needs to happen. You have probably known for a while. This week is about trusting yourself enough to actually do it. What I also love about this card for you is how it speaks to structure and foundation. Leo, you are a fire sign. You love spontaneity and passion and excitement. But the Emperor is reminding you that real power comes from having solid ground beneath you. This might be a week where you find yourself wanting to organize something, create systems, or put structures in place that will support your bigger vision. Do not ignore those impulses. They are actually part of how you build something lasting. The second card I pulled is the King of Cups, and wow, this is where things get really interesting. When I see the King of Cups following the Emperor, I am seeing a beautiful balance between strength and emotional intelligence. The King of Cups is a card about mastery over your emotional world, not suppression, not control in a rigid way, but this deep understanding of your own feelings and the ability to navigate them with wisdom. Leo, I think this card is speaking to a new level of emotional maturity you are stepping into. You have always been someone who feels deeply, who loves big, who is not afraid of intensity. But the King of Cups is showing me that you are learning how to hold all of that passion without being overwhelmed by it. You are learning how to be present with your emotions without letting them dictate every decision. This is huge growth, and I think you might already be noticing this shift in yourself. What comes through really strongly with this card is the idea of emotional leadership. This is not just about managing your own feelings. This is about being someone others can turn to for emotional support and guidance. People are going to start seeing you differently this week, Leo. They are going to recognize a depth in you that maybe they did not fully appreciate before. You are becoming the person who can hold space for complexity, who can understand multiple perspectives, who can offer wisdom without judgment. I am also getting something about relationships with this card. The King of Cups often appears when we are ready for deeper, more authentic connections. If you have been feeling like some of your relationships have been surface level or draining, this week might bring clarity about what you actually need from your connections. And here is the thing, you are going to feel more confident about expressing those needs. The King of Cups knows his worth and is not afraid to ask for what he deserves in relationships. There is also something here about creativity and intuition. The King of Cups is deeply connected to his inner world, to his dreams, to his creative impulses. Leo, if you have been feeling called to express yourself creatively, This is your sign to trust that. Your intuition is really strong right now, and the more you honor it, the more it will guide you toward exactly where you need to be. Now, let me talk about the third card, because this is where the energy really starts to accelerate. I pulled the Hierophant, and I have to be honest. When this card shows up, I always pay close attention because it is about alignment with something bigger than ourselves. The Hierophant is traditionally about tradition, teaching, spiritual guidance. But what I am seeing for you, Leo, is more about finding your own sense of truth and then sharing it. This card is telling me that you have learned something important recently. Maybe through experience, maybe through study, maybe just through living your life and paying attention. And now you are at a point where you are ready to teach what you know. This does not necessarily mean you are becoming a formal teacher or guru. It might just mean you are ready to share your perspective more openly, to be more visible with your wisdom, to stop hiding what you have learned. I am getting strong mentor energy from this card. You might find yourself in situations this week where people are looking to you for guidance, where your experience becomes valuable to someone else who is earlier in their journey. And Leo, I think this is going to feel really good for you. You have so much to offer, and the Hierophant is about stepping into that role with confidence and grace. There is also something here about systems of belief. The Hierophant can indicate a time when we are examining what we truly believe versus what we have been told to believe. For you, this might be a week of questioning old assumptions, challenging traditions that no longer serve you, or finding new ways to connect with your spirituality or sense of purpose. You are being called to define your own path, to create your own philosophy, to trust your own connection to something greater. What I find really powerful about having the Hierophant in this reading is how it works with the Emperor and the King of Cups. You have got the structure and authority of the Emperor, the emotional wisdom of the King of Cups, and now the spiritual alignment of the Hierophant. This is a really complete picture of someone who is stepping into their full power on every level. Not just one dimension of life, but across the board. The fourth card really surprised me when it came out. I pulled the Seven of Cups, and this card always makes me pause because it is complex. The Seven of Cups is about choices, possibilities, dreams, but also about illusion and confusion. When I see this card, I am seeing that you have a lot of options in front of you right now, Leo. Maybe even too many options. And the challenge is figuring out what is real versus what is fantasy. What is truly aligned versus what just looks appealing on the surface. Here is what I think is happening. You are in a moment where multiple paths are available to you. Multiple opportunities, multiple directions you could go, multiple visions for your future. And on one hand, that is amazing. That is abundance. But on the other hand, it can be overwhelming. The Seven of Cups is asking you to get really honest about what you actually want versus what you think you should want or what looks good to other people. I am getting something specific here about discernment. Not every opportunity that presents itself is meant for you, even if it seems exciting or promising. Some things are distractions disguised as opportunities. The Seven of Cups is encouraging you to look deeper, to ask yourself what truly aligns with your values and your vision for your life. What feeds your soul versus what just feeds your ego? There is also a warning here about getting lost in fantasy or escapism. Leo, you have big dreams, and that is beautiful. But this card is reminding you to stay grounded in reality. Dreams are important, but they need to be backed up by action and practical planning. Do not get so caught up in imagining your ideal future that you forget to take the actual steps to create it. What I love about this card showing up in this reading is that it is not necessarily negative. It is actually showing you that you have power and possibility. You have options. You are not stuck. But you do need to be intentional about which path you choose. This week might be about narrowing down your focus, about choosing one or two things to really commit to rather than trying to do everything at once. The fifth card I pulled is the Wheel of Fortune. And Leo, this is when I knew this reading was special. The Wheel of Fortune is all about cycles, timing, destiny, and change. When this card appears, it is telling us that we are at a turning point, that things are shifting in ways that might feel fated or destined. This is not random change. This is change that has been building, change that is part of a larger pattern or cycle in your life. What strikes me about the Wheel of Fortune for you right now is the sense of things coming full circle. You might find yourself thinking about where you were a year ago, or even several years ago. and recognizing how much has changed. But more than that, you are going to start seeing why certain things had to happen, why certain doors had to close, why certain people had to leave, why certain challenges had to occur. It was all preparing you for this moment, for this new cycle you are entering. The Wheel of Fortune is also about luck and opportunity, but not in a passive way. This is not about sitting around waiting for good things to happen. This is about recognizing when the timing is right and then taking action. When the wheel is turning in your favor, you have to move with it. You have to be willing to step through the doors that are opening. This week, Leo, I think you are going to see opportunities that feel aligned, that feel like they showed up at exactly the right time. Trust that. Move toward them. There is something else here about surrendering to the flow of life. The Wheel of Fortune reminds us that we cannot control everything. And sometimes the best thing we can do is trust the larger forces at work. This does not mean being passive, but it does mean being flexible, being open to unexpected turns, being willing to adapt when things do not go exactly as planned. You are being supported by something bigger than yourself right now. Let yourself feel that support. I am also seeing with this card that you might experience some wins this week. Some moments where things just click into place in ways that feel almost magical. Pay attention to those moments. They are signs that you are on the right path, that you are in alignment with your highest good. And when those moments come, celebrate them, acknowledge them. Let yourself feel grateful for how far you have come. The sixth and final card I pulled for you is the Eight of Wands and Leo. This is the perfect card to close out this reading. The Eight of Wands is all about speed, momentum, movement, and rapid progress. When I see this card, I see things happening quickly, communication flowing, projects moving forward, travel or movement, everything accelerating. After the contemplative energy of some of the other cards, the Eight of Wands is saying it is time to go. What I love about this card for you is that it shows all the preparation you have been doing is about to pay off. You have been planting seeds, doing the inner work, getting clear on what you want. And now you are entering a phase where you are going to see tangible results. Things that felt stuck are going to start moving. Messages you have been waiting for are going to come through. Opportunities are going to show up quickly, maybe even faster than you expected. The Eight of Wands often indicates a time when we need to be ready to act fast and make decisions quickly. This is not the time for overthinking or second-guessing yourself. Trust your instincts. When something feels right, move toward it without hesitation. The energy is fast right now, and if you try to slow it down or control it too much, you might miss out on what is trying to come through for you. I am also seeing something about communication with this card. You might receive important news this week, or you might need to have important conversations, or you might find that messages you send out get quick responses. The Eight of Wands is about clear, direct, effective communication. If there is something you need to say, say it. If there is something you need to ask for, ask. The energy supports bold, honest communication right now. There is also travel energy here, Leo. This could be literal travel, like a trip that comes up suddenly or plans that come together quickly. Or it could be metaphorical travel, like moving forward in your life in a significant way, embarking on a new journey or adventure. Either way, there is a sense of expansion and movement that feels exciting and liberating. What really stands out to me about having the Eight of Wands as the final card is how it ties everything together. You have got the Emperor giving you the authority and structure, the King of Cups giving you the emotional wisdom, the Hierophant giving you the spiritual alignment, the Seven of Cups asking you to choose wisely, the Wheel of Fortune showing you the timing is right, and now the Eight of Wands is saying everything is ready to launch. This is your moment, Leo. So let me bring this all together for you. The cards I pulled were the Emperor, King of Cups, the Hierophant, Seven of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, and Eight of Wands. What I am seeing is that you are stepping into a powerful new phase of your life where you are claiming your authority, mastering your emotions, aligning with your truth, making wise choices from a place of clarity, recognizing that the timing is perfect, and getting ready for rapid forward movement. This is not a week to play small or hold back. This is a week to trust yourself, to move with confidence, to take action on what you know is right for you. The universe has been preparing you for this. All the challenges, all the growth, all the waiting, it was leading you here. And now the door is open. Now the path is clear. Now it is time to step through and claim what is yours. I would love to know if this resonates with you, Leo. Have you been feeling this energy building? Are you ready for what is coming? Drop a comment and let me know what stood out to you in this reading. And remember, you are so much more powerful than you realize. Trust yourself. Trust the timing. Trust the process. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should.